Hi, my name's Scott Dyer. I've been a resident of Montgomery Village, Maryland for 17 years, moving here when I married my wife, Joyce Krause Dyer, in 2005. Joy grew up in the village with her parents, John and Judy Krause, and over the years they lived in Shadow Oak and eventually Williams Range within the Northgate community. Joy and I started off living in a condo at Christopher Court condominiums in the southern end of the village, 2005. And then moved to a townhouse within the Holly Point neighborhood in East Village in 2007. Then we moved to our current home within the Points neighborhood in Northgate in 2018. Our 11-year-old son, Joseph, is a third-generation village resident. As the youngest son of a decorated United States Army veteran and doctor who held leadership roles in the Army, the DC government, and President John F. Kennedy's administration, and my mother, a nurse, I grew up learning by example of the importance of helping others and being active in the community through service. I have 22 years of experience in leadership roles with not-for-profits in Montgomery County, Maryland, which includes 12 years as an elected director on the Montgomery Village Foundation's Board of Directors, as well as 7 years as an elected director on the East Village Homes Corporation's Board of Directors. Making a difference at the local level directly impacts where you live and have a vested interest in the future of the village. Raising a third-generation resident, I'm always mindful in the decisions made today affect the future of the village, and that forward thinking is necessary in the role of a director to ensure the financial solvency of the village to meet the needs of our current and future residents. In addition to my roles as an elected director, I've notably volunteered with Junior Achievement and have taught personal finance to students in both Montgomery County and Prince George's County schools. This included a prior opportunity to teach a weekly class for fifth graders at Montgomery Village Middle School, as well as I've hosted students on field trips to Junior Achievement's Financial Park campuses in both Montgomery County and Prince George's County, provide a day of mentoring and teaching personal finance and career path discovery. Prior to and during my time as a director on the Montgomery Village Foundation's Board of Directors, I helped with initiatives in East Village, including forming a neighborhood watch program across East Village, replacement of streetlight fixtures for energy saving and increased visibility, the MV News East Village Echo column, East Village's social media outreach, and community events in East Village. I also participated in the village's 2030 master plan and facilities planning initiatives. I also volunteer as a youth basketball and soccer coach, boys and co-ed K through 5 in Montgomery County for local school children who have included Montgomery Village residents with Sam Soccer, City of Gaithersburg, CYO, and Mary of Nazareth Catholic School in Darnestown, Maryland. I also previously served as an elementary school liaison at the neighboring St. John Newman Catholic Church. Also of note, I also was previously a part-time realtor with Long & Foster and worked for the Montgomery Village office in the Montgomery Village Shopping Center before it closed, assisting current and prospective village residents. I also have worked at the neighboring Butler's Orchard in a seasonal part-time customer service role, welcoming and assisting many of our residents to such a valued local family-owned and run farm. I've experienced working on behalf of village residents in a director role. I'm currently the elected vice president on the Montgomery Village Foundation's Board of Directors, and I've served as a director for 12 years. I've served on many of the MVF committees, including the Executive Committee, Committee on the Environment, Personnel Committee, Investment Committee, Communications Committee, Recreation Committee, 50th Anniversary Planning Committee, Nominating Committee, and Election Committee. I also participated in the Montgomery Village 2030 visioning and master plan processes. I was previously an elected director for 7 years on the East Village Homes Corporation. I'm currently employed with JP Morgan Chase as a Vice President and Client Onboarding Relationship Officer. My immediate prior role at JP Morgan Chase was a market level Chief Financial Officer. I bring over 15 years of finance and customer service experience to the director role. In addition, I have previously worked in roles with the federal government at the United States Department of Agriculture and for the state government at the Maryland Department of Transportation, where I gained experience facilitating public meetings, analyzing legislation, and working with elected officials, procurement, mediating employment disputes, asset management, budgeting, and financial analysis, leading training, and communicating with the public on their questions and concerns. In my employment with JP Morgan Chase as a vice president, I've been a market level chief financial officer, providing financial analysis, and my current role assisting customers with account openings. Ensuring the reasons my wife and I chose to buy a home here continue to be the reason others would want to live and stay in Montgomery Village. My focus continues to be keeping assessments low, improving amenities and services, improving public safety, protecting the environment, community properties upkeep, careful, sensible, and community-driven redevelopment of the Bloom, Lidl, MV Shopping Center sites in partnership with existing residents to enhance retail and amenities while minimizing impacts to surrounding existing homeowners. Working with our local businesses and schools to find ways to partner and support, increasing resident participation at meetings and on committees, advocating for our residents to elected officials, and always putting residents first. Full transparency and careful integration with resident input and partnership of the redevelopment of the former golf course, village shopping center, and former medical center sites, as well as any future sites, ensuring existing surrounding homeowners' concerns are addressed and limiting the impacts to them. Maximizing the benefits for new retail offerings and amenities through negotiation with property owners and working with county planning staff to ensure compliance with the MV Master Plan on all redevelopment. Continue to support the efforts to improve amenities and quality of life for residents. The implementation of the MV Master Plan, the Gaithersburg/IBM/Lake Forest Mall Master Plans, redevelopment of the former golf course, village shopping center, and former medical center will have impacts on the future of the village, and our community needs to own its own destiny. Improving public safety, working with county police, local businesses, schools, and elected officials to keep residents informed and advocate for increased resources for our community. Fiscal responsibility, keep assessments low for residents while managing the needs for improvements to the existing pools and facilities. Advocate for our residents, to our elected officials, to ensure the village does not become a dumping ground for undesirable projects, as well as protect our local environment. Montgomery Village is a beautifully diverse town, one of the most diverse in the area, and uniquely a place that brings together so many backgrounds, races, cultures, religions, traditions, abilities, and ages. It's also important to recognize the economic diversity of our residents and the diversity of families to ensure whether you rent or own, whether you're single or married, whether you work one job or more than one job or retired, whether you have kids or not, whether you're a grandparent helping to raise your grandchildren or an empty nester, whether you're a traditional or non-traditional family, Montgomery Village is and should always remain a place for everyone. And what the foundation offers and what fees charged should also continue to recognize that. As we make decisions as directors for all of the residents, the importance of being inclusive to keep living here affordable, to offer events and activities that welcome everyone, to be accessible as a board and foundation, and for our community's facilities and amenities to be accessible to everyone in the community, no matter their abilities. The diversity is also seen in our local small businesses, ensuring we are spotlighting and supporting them. Our local schools also reflect our community's diversity and continuing to champion partnerships for internships, scholarships, summer employment, mentoring, recreational activities, and providing our kids the safest possible community to grow up in, ensure their success, and hopefully wanting to someday have a home of their own and raise a family in the village. Above all, ensuring residents have a choice and a board of directors that advocates for them, for their hopes, for their concerns, to the county, state, and federal elected officials. I support MVF's environmental policy and coexistence with wildlife in the community. As the board liaison to the Committee on the Environment, I've had the ability to work on efforts towards MVF's green plan, Earth Day events and activity, reforestation, stream monitoring, awareness in the village news, environmental issues, ensuring vital input on projects with an environmental impact to be voted on by the board of directors, and just recently leading a community discussion on the proposed Greenvest stream project near North Creek Lake to bring awareness and solicit valuable community feedback. The future of the village is already unfolding as you drive down Montgomery Village Avenue. New homes are being built and continuing to be built on the former golf course site in the Bloom community. Montgomery Village Shopping Center and the office townhouses behind it are under active and further upcoming construction of new housing and retail. The former professional center, now home to Lidl, is at the forefront of community discussion currently on what becomes of the other half of that parcel bordering Whetstone. Communication, transparency, and partnership between the residents, the MVF board of directors, our county government elected officials, and landowners is what we did with the MV 2030 visioning process, the Montgomery Village master plan process, and the Montgomery Village facilities planning process, and what we need to ensure continues to occur and continuing to be proactive on what we want to see or not see as a community. And ensure all stakeholders know our vision for the future of the village, so we're all working towards the same goals. Protecting our local environment, ensuring our children are not enduring overcrowded and aged school buildings, ensuring recreational opportunities are always a part of life in the village, ensuring our residents feel safe, ensuring our residents want to visit our local businesses instead of heading out of the village, ensuring our residents always know they have a voice and a board that hears it and represents them. And above all, ensuring residents and visitors always feel welcome in our community. I attended Montgomery College's Rockville campus to study business and received my business degree at Marymount University in Arlington, Virginia. I'm also a trained and certified mediator and facilitator, a trained and certified notary public, and a trained and certified voter registrar for the Montgomery County Board of Elections. I was honored to receive the Call to Service Award from the President of the United States, recognizing my volunteer work, service, and leadership. I also received Leadership and Innovation Awards from Marymount University and Students in Free Enterprise, now known as Enactus. I have been honored to represent all of you over the past 12 years on the Montgomery Village Foundation's Board of Directors. The past 2 years in particular have presented challenges we successfully navigated to keep the foundation operating, the pools and facilities open, events, activities and camps available, and our vast outdoor recreation opportunities seeing the highest utilization in quite some time, at a time when our community needed hope during such uncertain times. The foundation is in the best financial shape it has ever been in, and it wasn't by chance, but proactive planning. I'll focus on efficiency at the foundation and revitalizing the investment strategy. allowed us to continue to keep assessments low and still maximize services and amenities for our residents. I would be honored to again provide leadership and represent you over the next 3 years as we continue to navigate important issues impacting the future of the village. I look forward to continuing to hear from you and representing you on the board.